Good morning. We've got a big day today. We want to do a little housekeeping, so to speak. So we've made a few changes I thought would be kind of fun to share. Some things that are still in progress, and we're kind of learning as we drive, so to speak. So most things in here haven't changed all too much. We did try the wallpaper and took that off because it was peeling. Makes good sense, but instead you put a little painter's tape behind these and these little printouts. They're kind of cute.
No Polaroid pictures from our adventures, yeah.
Yeah, little Polaroids. Nobody does Polaroids anymore, but yeah, otherwise things are pretty much the same in here, I think.
Yeah, we can do the same in here.
Except for the fact that we took our stairs out. So we pulled those out and we're just using this little step. We got our stairs in the truck bed. You know, I don't know. I think everyday use, just not for us.
No, and I think the big problem with the stairs is that, like, you come out here, right, and you put them down and they're full of dirt, and then you flip them back up and then all the dirt goes inside. And every time, like, we move so much that every time we stop and, like, go, stop, go, you have to put the stairs up and down, up and down, and up and down.
Like, putting the dogs in, you either have to, like, really lock them in or, right. You know, honestly, just, this is better.
So, like, it's just, like, so many extra steps to do what we would normally do anyways.
Yeah.
So, like, it just makes more sense not to have the steps in, and we can take this big step up in.
Yeah. And this is a beautiful campground. Beautiful campground here. Oh, man. We had to decide whether or not we wanted to be here for the 90+ degree day or just down in a nearby town. We figured we'll get out of the town. But all these beautiful trees mean that it's very peaceful. It's a beautiful campground, but you don't get any solar. So we have better luck using our air conditioner.
Yeah.
And full sun. Let's talk about this real quick. So the bikes are a separate deal. Actually, yesterday we upgraded our bike seats. That should be an improvement. We haven't tested them yet, though.
Yeah.
Do that on camera.
Yeah.
This bike rack. So the cool thing about this particular rack is it came with a hitch. Not only the silencer, it came with that little deal that you bolt, screw that up, but also the rattle reducer pin. So you basically, you ratchet it down and then it locks in. So that, the rack itself is pretty sturdy, all things considered. It's RV rated, so I think that's part of why. That's important to do though, whether you have an RV or not, especially in a car. If you're gonna go, especially mountain bikes and things like that. Yeah, I gotta be honest though, for the price, it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it was what, 150 bucks?
Something like that, yeah.
It's not the one up USA.
It's not, no.
And we would buy one of those, but it would be like $1,000. So, you know, and the reason it's not perfect to me is there's two things. They do strap in at the bottom. I don't know that that actually does anything, but you know, whatever. They're nice and wide down here. That's cool. We just don't need all that width. However, they hold here, and I didn't expect that within, it was what, 2 days of driving, it actually wore through and it's kind of scratched the paint up a little bit.
Yeah, it wore through the foam and it scratched our frames up a tiny, tiny bit. Nothing we can't, like, just like add a piece of vinyl over top of, like put a sticker on or something. It's not like the whole frame is scratched up, but our solution is that we wrapped microfiber towels around the frames, so that way.
But it's a squishy material that I thought was like a high density foam. I thought that would have been way better. No, that's not so much.
No, it wore right through.
150 bucks. I feel like in this instance, you get what you pay for. $1,000 for the one up USA, that's hard to swallow, but we wouldn't have had any damage to the bikes and they're way easier to use. These are pretty easy.
Yeah, they are.
Nothing new up front. We replaced our bag over top and it's also getting a little worn, but that's fine. We have two things of DEF back here. We have our nice grill that we want to use. There's our steps in there. Oh, our carpet's in here. I totally forgot we had a carpet.
Yeah, I gotta pull those out and clean them.
They need to be cleaned, yeah. We've got our aux blocks. We didn't use them last night, mostly because we weren't sure if we were gonna stay too much longer. And so it's not really worth putting the jacks down for one night, even though we put the awning up. However, I will say they've been fantastic. They take up a good bit of room, so I think that's the only downside to them, but they've been solid. This was actually a bin that was inside, and so we got our cord and helmets and then the old bike seats in there now. Just some extra water. And you go, well, if this one's outside, what is in here? We got a toolbox. And so it's squished between here and here. It's not going, front and back, but I will say we need to strap it down. So that's just something we have not done yet. We need to get a long enough strap. but it does rattle a bit. So it does have some rattle, but this allows us, instead of pulling, you know, because inevitably the one thing that you need, the one freaking set of tools, it's always at the bottom. Always at the bottom.
So this eliminates a lot of frustration of having to go find a tool, dig a tool out of a box. And then we also would like stack things on top of the lid of the box.
Yeah.
So in order to even get in the box was the pain. And so it was just like, the box just wasn't working.
Yeah, so this is, you know, next best thing. And I think if it would stop rattling so much once we like ratchet it down, I think we'll be fine. But it is a lot more convenient. I will say though, we got this on sale. It was normally $300. We got it in Canada, so it was 150 minus the US, you know, 30, I think there's 33% difference in our exchange rates, something like that. It's cheap. It's a cheap quality, but it is nice to have.
Only toolbox that we have found that the dimensions worked perfectly.
Yeah.
The only one.
I, for some reason, thought it was going to have a lid, so this still would have worked even with a lid that lifts up, but here it's fine. This allows some airflow for the dogs. Yeah, we got a lot of room in here. We're happy enough. And the important thing, because this one, we were debating on trying to get a black and paying a little bit more for the black, but the reality is that black just like really darkens everything, and you have no idea it's in there. That was important, and that's why we got tint. So let's get the rig ready to roll. We'll put the awning in and let's hit the road. We have arrived in Winthrop, Washington, and it is smoky out here, and boy does it smell like it. As it turns out, the fires that were kind of north of us by Ross Lake, we cleared them. It was, you know, better air quality where we stayed last night. Here though, apparently the air quality is worse than it was at the same time yesterday. So there's another fire burning north of here as well. Two, I think, in fact. I don't know if we're gonna stay in this area all day, but boy, this sure is pretty, isn't it? People always wonder what we do with the dogs when we're out and about and might go into buildings and such. We leave them in the trailer. The air conditioner works just fine off of solar, and so right now we're getting 450 watts, even with the haziness and all this, but the AC is only pulling about 340 from what is showing on the VRM portal. Plus, the nice part about that is we can keep all the vents closed and such. They don't have to breathe in the smoky air. It just kind of recirculates the existing air. So hopefully that's, you know. Yeah, let's go check out Winthrop. It's kind of we've been here before. It's sort of a, well, western town and right on the river. So, man, they have some nice views, although it does get pretty dang cold here in the winter. And I know a lot of the Highway 20, they'll close off certain sections, especially midwinter. I don't think it's probably not quite as bad as the Midwest.
No.
I don't imagine, but it does get, you know, icy, snowy enough. But Banneker, that's a cute little guy. Look at that. That's cool. Look, a little diesel engine there. Even city slickers here in Washington will wear cowboy hats. It's a good reason. You've seen it. Isn't this cute? Look at this. And this is sort of the downtown area before we get too far. Yeah. So it does seem like the season is chilling out a bit here. Again, not the weather, but we had a nice chat with a gal at the little coffee stand there. How was your coffee?
It was delightful. I had a cowboy cookie Americano. It was delightful.
But we had a nice chat, and I was like, what is there to do around here? She's like, you can pretty much do everything in one day. She's like, walk to town. This isn't even the only part of Winthrop. Apparently there's another spot about a mile down.
Yeah, she said that it's like more like a regular town though, like grocery store, gas station situation.
Which, this is kind of a cool, I mean, it's kind of a cool, you know, cool look. There's a lot of these shops that kind of, it's sort of, I don't know, sort of tourist trappy, but I guess kind of fun. But it does seem like there's, you know, a lot of skiing, hiking.
Good morning.
Do a lot of cross-country skiing here as well in the winter. I didn't know that was a thing. A lot of hockey. Yeah. But it's kind of just a little Got little shops and stuff here. Good fishing, I'm sure. You got some little baby cowboy boots. It is pretty neat. So we'd had to ask, right? Because obviously this is all a particular style. And I remember reading up that like this is a very intentional thing, that when the town was incorporated, they're like, we'll just leave this Old West kind of feel. Which I feel like this area I don't know that it would have been ever original like this, right? And the town was incorporated in 1921. But apparently the houses outside of this area, well, you gotta fly.
Something flew in my face.
Apparently the houses can be whatever style they want, but yeah, it is, the prices here for some like if you want a root beer float, it's like $8.50.
Yeah, you're paying a little extra here.
I'm not particularly one to go into like stores and film them because most of the stuff's pretty much the same. But if it's unique stuff like art and handmade jewelry and stuff like that, a lot of times they don't want you filming because they don't want, they want to have a unique style. They don't want it to be ripped off. So,
right.
But see the old tin and wood and whew, man, you can really taste that ash.
Yeah.
We're also,
thick.
yeah, I think we're at like 2,500 feet, something like that. 2,800 feet.
Yeah.
I like that little blanket thing. What is that? Little
Looks like a tablecloth of some
tablecloth?
sort.
I like that. That's cute. Oh, we've been in there. I think that's where we got one of those little like.
For our cast iron, yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to patina wood. That's cool. Little holes in the tin, which I feel like kind of defeats the purpose in a rain. It would just be raining in here.
Right.
But I don't know if those are rust spots or what. Ah, cute little metal working. I don't know. Well, window shopping is always fun. I gotta stay out of a leather shop. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the smell of leather. I had someone broke in and stole my beautiful boots. Oh, those were nice.
True, and your hat.
And my hat. You don't steal a man's hat. But then they figured, so the sunglasses, they figured out they were prescriptions, so they just threw them on the ground. That was crummy. But I've not been the same since. I loved those boots. You don't even have to be a cowboy to wear.
They wouldn't really match with your Hawaiian shirts, though.
No, I guess not. I'd still do it.
You swung the other way.
Yeah, I went way. Yeah. Oh, once you break those boots in, though, they're pretty comfortable. Oh well. Little information station here. Sheriff. And here's our town hall. That might be one of the cutest little town halls ever. Yeah. Here's a little information about it. To restore this town of Winthrop to the early 1800s era was the dream of late Otto Wagner.
This building, originally Guys Wearing Duck Brand Saloon, also has been used as a restaurant, school, pool hall, church, and hospital. Now it's a community hall.
Erected 1894. It's an old building. They do love America. For some reason, it feels wrong not to be wearing cowboy boots and, you know what I mean? Here's an old gas station, and didn't really look like it from afar, but they are open.
Looks like it's more than just gas inside.
$5.09 per gallon of diesel. Whew. Sorry, but so this is interesting actually. We saw this yesterday as well. But this man is still, Travis Decker is still considered armed and dangerous. He's wanted for murder. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
There's something about like a wanted sign, a wanted sign in an old west town. Yeah. We're going hunting. I don't know. It just feels. This town ain't big enough for the two of it, Not to make fun, make light, but this is kind of a cute little hotel. Hotel Rio Vista. Got that western feel. This feels like something we'd see out in the middle of Nevada. Nevada's a pretty cool place to explore the old mining towns and.
Like that one time Joel almost got attacked by a donkey.
That was in Arizona, and that donkey had it out for me. He brings his head forward like he wants to be pet, and then tells me, no, I'm getting mixed signals, donkey.
Don't pet the wild donkeys.
No, it's just because I didn't have food for him. It's a nice little mural. Okanagan County Electric Cooperative. Yep. Yeah, kind of a cool spot out here. But yeah, we'll go to the second half of the city in just a bit.
Yeah.
It was funny though, we walked into that one general store and everybody's like sitting there almost like a bar, right? Like everybody's sitting there drinking their morning coffee and hello. Like there's a lot of shops here that are sort of that outdoorsy kind of REI, backpackery,
yeah.
Lightweight stuff and kind of higher tech materials, let's say. for some reason, I feel like we're not backpacker style people.
No.
Yeah, I don't know, it just doesn't,
Joel does have a lot of nice Fjallraven stuff to wear, though.
yeah, I need to shed a few pounds before that. Let's see. Ah, a little overlook of some water over here. Where's that at? Stress spelled backwards is desserts. Coincidence? I think not. Oh, this is cool. You can sit here and hit the saddle. No. Why did I think there was going to be a river right here?
Because you hear the waterfall right here. The little...
So this is interesting. It's M-A-T-H-O-W, river, which most English speakers would say Mathau, but it's Mathau River. And there's also a city down the way, but it's kind of interesting, I suppose. I don't know why how do you get Mathau, right?
I don't know. Mathau, yeah. So it just depends on where you split the word.
Yeah. I don't know how I got this wrong, but this is the Chewak River, or Chewak. I'm gonna go with Chewak. Why did I think this was the Mathau River?
That's nearby. I think we're in that valley.
Okay. Oh, I see. So actually, it looks like a little bit down the road here, there's actually the two rivers, the Chewak and the Mathau rivers, actually converge and become the Mathau River. So that adds up. But here's some of the BLM Bureau of Land Management. Oh, there's a deer right there.
Arizona came up here.
Yeah, there's some fire crews here. Adds up. They have some cool gear. I've done a little investigating. Some of the cool like lift kits, big tires, heavy duty push bar lights.
They're trying to feed the deer.
Trowels and axes, and it's a hard work. That's a lot of work. Man, being a firefighter, and of course, like, you're far away from cities. If you are like, man, I really need a break, you're doing this for day after day after day. Man, that's hard work. Yeah. You can't just run down and get an ice cream in some cases, right? Like, no, showers might be a little ways away.
Well, and you're out in the smoke for a long period of time.
That could be, yeah, that and the heat.
Yeah.
So, a huge thank you to all the firefighters, I tell you. Especially the wilderness firefighters, that's a... Yeah. Well, if you like shopping in Western-themed, sort of vintagey stores, there you go. I'm surprised I didn't see like an antique shop here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
You'd think that there'd be something like that.
It's a nice enough spot, but let's go ahead and we're gonna head over. You can hear our toolbox now. We're gonna head over to the other part of Winthrop here. Apparently there's another, you think it's the same kind of theme?
I think it's gonna be more of like normal town.
All right, yeah, let's check that out. And boy, it is warm out. It's weird, the truck says 71, but
there's no way it's
it
71.
feels like 85.
It feels like 85 to 90, and it's smoky.
Smoky and humid. That's a weird combo right now. I can actually taste the ash.
Yeah, so can I.
Oh man.
Does not taste as good as my coffee this morning.
No. Cowboy cookie.
My cowboy cookie coffee.
That's a nice bridge. Look at that. So we'll follow highway to Washington State Route 20 here. And the other side of the town should be here. That's funny, the gal, she's like, it's only a mile away, but I wouldn't walk. I think we could have been all right. It'd be better if the smoke wasn't so bad.
Yeah, I think it'd been fine.
So they have a national fish hatchery here. Oh yeah, this is kind of cute. This little cabins, and man, I'd love to live in a cabin. I think that might be one of the only places I'd ever want to stay stationary, would be like a nice cabin.
Yeah.
And then I'd venture out. Like, there had to be a cabin in the middle of nowhere. This is kind of cute. I bet this is pretty nice in the winter. So you got the snow all around and such.
Yeah, it's probably pretty nice.
You know, the only law enforcement, is this a sheriff? Let's see.
Marshal's office.
Marshal's office, that's interesting. Yeah, we don't really see marshals in Washington almost ever, I feel like. But there's a lot of national park rangers, and oh, look at that, what a beauty. Shasta. Oh, nice. Little mini oh, look at that Airstream.
Thriftway. There's a thrift store for you.
Yeah, and then Katie's Pony Espresso.
Oh, that's what she was talking about.
Oh, yeah, she had recommended we go here for Lotus drinker.
Coffee.
All right, the Winthrop Inn, and I bet you there's got to be a campground around here. I would imagine Abbey Creek Inn. Yeah, I mean it's pretty relaxed here, I think.
Yeah, seems like it.
Hopefully this is kind of a nice cruise through town. A big old momentum there. Wouldn't there be? I mean, it would be right on the outskirts.
Post office.
Look at that post. That's the coolest post office I've ever seen. Oh yeah, there's a KOA. Okay, I see. Well, alrighty guys, we're gonna end this video here, and in the next video we'll catch up in Twisp, Washington. Twisp. What a weird word. And then we might be able to find us a nice little out of the way campground. Yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye guys.
Bye.